Quinn woke me this morning. Said there's an electric scooter near here. Yes, one of those Schwinn ones. It's kind of cool.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. I was sleeping. Phone's vibrating. I look at the phone. It's Quinn the mailman texting me saying there's an electric scooter 2 blocks away from here. I got out of bed. It was funny because me and Andy from Jericho were in Brooklyn the other day. We're seeing how it was like the Brooklyn Chinatown, all right? And so there was like electric scooters everywhere because traffic is so bad over there. Parking is terrible. You want to make deliveries, whatever. They use electric scooters. I mean, a lot of it. If you guys are near Sunset Park or Prospect Park, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, he says, wouldn't that be cool to have just to ride around the neighborhood? I said, those things are like $1,500, you know? I'm not talking about like this. I'm talking about the ride-on kinds, you know? Big ones. Anyway, so when Quinn mentioned electric scooter, I'm like, what are the chances that we're talking about that the other day and that how he maybe wants one, right? And then Quinn today says electric scooter. Now, Quinn never takes a picture of what he sees. He just kind of describes it. It could have been one of those little small bullshit ones, you know? But I've had one of these before for my son when he was younger, and they're pretty cool. Chances are the battery doesn't work, you know what I mean? But it came with the charger. The tires are still semi-pumped up. They're not completely flat, and it's not rusted. So this was in a garage somewhere, probably sitting for quite a bit, and the kid just, you know, grew out of it, threw it away. So maybe I could just charge this up and we can go riding. Maybe I'll put a car battery on here, you know, and go really fast. So the possibilities are in my brain. I figure I'd go get it. I'm gonna go back to bed now, but I'm gonna first charge this up. When I wake up, let's see if the battery's charged, it keeps its charge and it actually works.
I don't think it's gonna work. I just plugged it in and kind of clicks. The light flickers when you hear the click. It's the electric motor. I know that the battery is on the bottom there. Just plugged it in. Has an on and off switch. It was dead when I tried it on. There's no light. As you can see, I mean, the tires aren't like great or anything, but I mean, they're not really that rubbed out and they're semi-pumped up, which means that it's recently been used. You know, if you kept this like in a garage over a year, batteries, the tires would be down. So it's a Schwinn. You guys have heard of Schwinn. And here's the speed control. And the brakes. And it feels good. As if this was just used. So we'll come back in a bunch of hours and see if it charged the battery at all and if it works.
Hey, so it's the next day. It's been almost 24 hours since I started charging this damn thing, right? It still does the same thing. This charger flickers. If the light goes click, 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 click. So I'm gonna pull the thing out now. Pull it out. And I'm gonna turn on the switch, see if the light goes on. I don't think the light goes on. Doesn't work. It doesn't work. it kind of works when you have it plugged in, but it doesn't work when you can't keep that plugged in all the time. Unless it just needs it to be plugged in. Let's unplug that and just keep it plugged in and see if it works. Nope, doesn't work. Well, so that's no good. You got to keep it plugged in, otherwise it won't work. So I think that the batteries are done. What do you think? Should I try to put a car battery on it? Could put the car battery right here. Strap it down or something, and then connect it to the existing power. It has two 12 volts. So does that make that 24 volt? Which means that a car battery wouldn't even be good enough? I'm not sure about electricity. I'm not an electrical engineer, and I never like working on electrical stuff. But maybe I could try to rejuvenate the batteries? I could at least just test the batteries. There's no battery in it! Well, of course it's not going to work. So I've got my Top Done Tornado 1200 Intelligent Smart battery charger. This has worked in rejuvenating dead batteries before, but for this to work right, you have to have some juice in your battery, which this battery doesn't. I just multimeter tested it. It's like 0.06, whatever. This battery is completely dead. It's from a lawnmower with the key start thing. Anyway, I figure I'd jolt it a little bit. I've tried it in the past where if you jolt it for a little while, right? So you're putting juice through it quickly, right? Just to jolt it for like 40 seconds to a minute. And then it charges it with enough juice so that at least the battery senses it has something, you know? So I'm going to try this for a bit and see if this 1200 actually tries to fix this, you know? If not, I'm going to try to start it with a, not start it, but charge it with the regular battery charger. So I've got out a couple of multimeters, the fancy one and the cheap one, and I'm testing the voltage of these 12 volt motorcycle lawnmower batteries that I have. I have a bunch of them. These three are all like less than half a volt when you put the multimeter on, except for this one. This one, when I put the multimeter on it, it said 7 volts, and it's been sitting in my garage for 5 years at least. So I'm just charging it real quick with a jolt with the conventional old style battery on full engine start mode, where it pumps a lot of voltage in there at once, just to jolt it, you know. And then I'm going to try the Tornado Smart Intelligent one and see if it senses it. I've got this big motorcycle battery, shows like 0.7 volts, so that's probably not going to work. So I'm going to try to charge that with the conventional charger, and this Tornado is not sensing this battery even with 7 volts. So I'm just going to try it for a little while, see what happens. Just need a battery for this thing. So I've been at this for about an hour. I can't seem to get any of these crazy batteries to charge, so I don't think these batteries will work. So I got my good AGM car battery out, and I got this battery from my friend Bill Martini. He just gave it to me. It's a good AGM battery. It's healthy and charged at about 100%. So I've got these makeshift clamps that I put on the battery, connected them to the wire going into the scooter. Let's see if it works now, because it's a good battery. Right. Oh, it is on already. Okay, let's see. Doesn't work. That's strange. I don't know why. Why doesn't it work? Ow! Ooh! Ah! So looking through this, it's missing some kind of module. I think the guy took the module out, the speed selector or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, these things weren't hooked up, so that's probably why it didn't work. Anyway, I basically bypassed it. I have it to the battery, and I have it connected directly to the switch, the on and off switch, and then directly to the motor. So let's see if it works. Okay, so I have it hooked up so that I'm gonna put the battery on top of here, strap it down or something like that. And then forget about the speed selector because I think I'm missing the module. I'm not sure, but theoretically now we have it wired directly to the on and off switch, directly to the motor. So if I just turn this switch, it should work. Ready? It doesn't go very fast at all, you know what I mean? You get on it, you give it a little push, you're on it, you turn on the power and it goes. You want to turn it off, turn the switch off. So I'm gonna try to put this plate back on, mount the battery on the back here, and we'll go for a spin. Okay. I just pumped up the tires. Tires were Dunsky. They seem to hold air for the time being. This is really heavy right now. All right, let's see. Really slow. Can I go around the block? So it goes very slow, and also some of the spokes on the rear one have snapped because it's so heavy, or might have been snapped already. So as you're going, the back wobbles like this. How did that sound go again? So I might just take the motor off and sell it on eBay, and maybe the speed control shifter thing, that kind of goes for some money, you know, and then throw it away because I'm not going to ride it again. I just kind of wanted to see if I could ride on it for a bit, you know, which I did. So I found it on the street. It's going back on the street. Sometimes things aren't worth fixing, you know what I mean? I took a ride. I didn't want to go around the block. I didn't think it would make it. But anyway, thanks a lot for joining me on today's finding a scooter and on the street and returning it to the street again. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
This guy screwed this up. I'm gonna
See you guys next time on Mowers.